Divorce changes more than your relationship status. It changes your paperwork, your finances, your routines, your responsibilities, and sometimes even your sense of direction. One thing I've learned after years of practicing family law is that most people are not prepared for what happens after the divorce decree is signed. They spend months, sometimes years, focused on the legal battle itself, only to discover that there's a second phase waiting for them afterward, rebuilding everyday life. And honestly, that second phase can feel overwhelming. That's exactly why I created your post divorce compass, practical, real world advice for the newly single. This isn't a book about the emotional side of divorce. There are already many excellent resources for healing, counseling, and personal growth. What I wanted to create was something practical, a guide to help you handle the dozens of real world tasks that often get overlooked once the dust settles. Because when people leave my office, they still have a lot of life left to organize. Things like closing joint accounts, updating beneficiaries, changing passwords, refinancing a mortgage, fixing credit issues, updating insurance, protecting important documents, creating a debt payoff strategy, and making sure retirement accounts are handled correctly. Individually, none of these tasks seem impossible, but together, they can feel crushing. That's why the book is built around a one task per day approach. Instead of handing you a giant checklist and wishing you luck, I walk you through manageable steps you can tackle one at a time. The goal is progress, not perfection. For example, one section talks about pulling your credit reports after divorce. Most people assume everything was resolved in the divorce itself, but creditors don't always see it that way. I've seen people discover old joint debts, forgotten accounts, or unresolved balances years later when trying to buy a home or finance a car. Another section focuses on updating beneficiaries on retirement accounts and life insurance policies. It's one of those things people know they should do, but often postpone because life feels chaotic. Unfortunately, postponing it can create major problems later. I also spend time talking about rebuilding financial stability. That might mean setting up an emergency savings account, automating bills, or simply creating a system that reduces stress and helps you regain a sense of control. And that's really the heart of this book. Divorce already takes enough from people emotionally. The practical side of rebuilding your life should not feel impossible, too. I hope that this resource helps you move from confusion to clarity, one step at a time. There's a lot more information and detail in the book. If you need more help, motivation, and a system to get everything on the list done, then you should definitely consider purchasing a copy.